As night falls and the world begins to slow, the body is ready to rest, but the mind often remains restless. Before you close your eyes, take time to close the day. Do not carry unfinished thoughts into the silence of sleep. The way you end the day determines the quality of your night and the strength of your next morning. Before bed, return to the breath, deep and slow, like waves folding back into the ocean. Let the breath guide you from the chaos of the day to the calm of the present. With each exhale, release what you don't need to carry the tension in your shoulders, the replaying of conversations, the list still undone. They will wait, but your peace should not. Forgive, not always for others, but for yourself. Carrying anger to bed is like drinking poison before rest. Whether it's a sharp word from someone else or a mistake you made, forgive to be free. The night is long, and sleep is sacred. Do not let resentment take space where healing could live. Reflect, but gently. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? Not what went wrong, but what it taught me. Even the smallest lessons can shape tomorrow if you see them clearly. Reflection is not about judgment, it is about awareness. You cannot change what you deny, but once seen, even the heaviest truth becomes lighter. Offer gratitude even for little things. A warm drink, a smile, a lesson, a breath. Gratitude softens the heart and prepares the mind for rest. It reminds you that even in difficulty, something good still exists. This shift in focus is not denial, it is balance. Before sleep embraces the body, the mind still lingers in the residue of the day. It plays loops of conversations, expectations, mistakes, and desires. This is where most people go wrong. They bring the noise of the day into the silence of the night. The body lies down, but the mind continues running. And so, they sleep, but they do not rest. To prepare for true rest, one must first clear the inner space. This is not a complicated ritual, it is the art of completion. The day must be closed like a book after the last word is read. You don't carry it into the next story. You place it down with care. How do you do this? By becoming still. Sit for a moment, away from screens, away from voices. Let your breath guide you back to presence. Inhale deeply, not with effort, but with attention. Feel where your body holds tension in the neck, in the chest, in the stomach, and allow each breath to soften those places. The breath is not just oxygen. It is a quiet invitation to return to now. Close the loops. Mentally acknowledge what remains unfinished. Say to yourself, it is enough for today. You do not need to solve it now. You only need to choose peace over pressure. Because if the mind stays tied to the day, the night cannot nourish you. And when you rise, you carry the weight of yesterday into the light of tomorrow. In the stillness before sleep, your mind is listening. Give it silence, not stress. Give it softness, not strategy. Your energy is like water. If you don't let it settle, it will stay cloudy. But when it rests, it becomes clear. Only in this clarity can real healing begin. There is great wisdom in reflection, and the quietest time to do so is when the world begins to dim and slow down. As night falls, ask yourself not what you did today, but who you were. Did you speak with kindness? Did you act with awareness? Did you meet the day as your highest self? Or were you pulled into reactions you now regret? Before sleep, this is the sacred pause, a mirror not of the body, but of the spirit. In this space, you do not need to judge yourself, only observe. What triggered your frustration? What awakened your joy? What drained your energy? These are not passing details. They are clues. To live consciously, you must gather these clues like a gardener collects seeds. Not everyone will grow, but some will bloom with time, and others will teach you what no longer serves your soil. This gentle reflection is not meant to shame, but to refine. Growth is not always loud or visible. Sometimes it is the quiet realization that your anger spoke too quickly, or that your silence held wisdom, or that you are slowly becoming more patient with what used to disturb your peace. So each night, return inward not as a judge, but as a learner. Sit with your actions and thoughts. Let the truth come forward without resistance. Be willing to see yourself clearly, even if what you see is not perfect. It is not perfection that transforms you, it is awareness. This daily practice of quiet reflection is like wiping the dust from a mirror. You begin to see who you truly are beneath the noise, and as this vision becomes clearer, your path becomes lighter. Because when you understand yourself, you no longer stumble through the dark. You begin to walk in alignment with the truth that was always inside you. Before you close your eyes, close the loops in your mind. Too many people carry the burdens of tomorrow into their sleep. Worries about what needs to be done, fears of what might go wrong, regrets of what already happened, these all weigh heavily on the spirit. But night is not meant for carrying. It is meant for releasing. Let go of the need to control what hasn't happened. Let go of the stories your mind invents when it's tired. Thoughts that grow wild in the dark are often illusions wearing the mask of urgency. Just because your mind is loud doesn't mean it is right. Silence it not by force, but by focus. The breath is the doorway. Slow it down and the chaos begins to retreat. Breathe in. Feel where your body holds tension, the jaw, the shoulders, the chest. These are the places where unspoken thoughts hide. Breathe out and release them, not with force, but with permission. Give your body the signal that it is safe now, that it is okay to rest, that nothing must be fixed tonight. This moment is your sacred transition from doing to being, from thinking to surrender. And in that surrender, something magical happens. The nervous system softens, the muscles unclench, and your heart begins to whisper what your mind has been too loud to hear all day. In this stillness, you don't need to search for answers. You just need to listen, because what heals you is not more doing, it is presence. It is the quiet understanding that rest is not a reward, but a responsibility. That peace is not something you stumble upon, but something you prepare for. And in this preparation, as you clear the inner clutter, sleep becomes not just sleep, but a return to your essence untouched, whole, and ready to rise again. Before you sleep, ask yourself one question: did I carry peace or did I spread chaos today? This question is not for judgment. It is for reflection, because the quality of your sleep is often a reflection of the quality of your day. If your energy was restless, if your words were sharp, if your intentions were scattered, your mind will not easily soften. But if your steps were mindful, your tone gentle, your thoughts rooted, then night greets you like a soft blanket, not a storm. So sit in silence, no phone, no voices, just you. Let the mind settle like dust falling in still air. This is not a ritual for performance, but for truth. In this silence, you will begin to see yourself not as others saw you, but as you truly were. Was I kind today? Was I honest with myself? Did I listen more than I spoke? Did I live in alignment with what I say I believe? You may not always like the answers. That is okay. You are not meant to be perfect. You are meant to be awake. And awareness is the beginning of transformation. Only those who are brave enough to face their day in truth can shape a better one tomorrow. This is not about guilt. It is about responsibility, because every night offers you a mirror and every morning offers you a fresh canvas. But if you do not see the stains left behind, how will you ever paint something new? This nightly pause is not about rewinding the day or wishing it different. It is about gathering the fragments of yourself that scattered in anger, in distraction, in worry, and bringing them back home. To your center, to your breath, to your essence, so that when you lie down whole again, not fractured by regret, not torn by inner noise, but unified and slowly returning to peace. Before sleep embraces you, release the weight of all that does not belong to this moment. The words you could have said differently, the decisions you're still questioning, the emotions you didn't fully understand, they are echoes of a day that has already passed, and like footprints in sand, if you keep walking forward, they will blur and disappear. The problem is not that we carry too little, it is that we carry too long. What if, instead of replaying the day like a broken film reel, you offered it gently back to the universe? What if you whispered to yourself, I did the best I could with what I knew, with the strength I had in the moment I was given, and you meant it? Letting go is not the act of pretending things didn't matter. It is the act of giving them a place, a boundary, a closure. Your mind, like a house, needs its doors to be closed sometimes, so the wind does not scatter everything inside. Every lingering thought you carry into the night, each fear, each regret, each conversation playing again, is like a door left open to the past, and peace cannot bloom in a storm of unfinished business. So forgive not just others, forgive yourself for not being stronger, for feeling too much, for needing rest. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is wisdom, because the more you resist what was, the more it grips you. But when you release it, like a stone from your hand, your energy becomes lighter, your breath becomes deeper, and your heart becomes quieter. Surrender the illusion that you must control everything. You are not here to master the entire world in one day. You are only here to end this day in stillness, so that something gentle may rise again within you tomorrow. And now, as the night deepens and silence begins to settle, remember that peace is not something you find, it is something you allow. Each night is a quiet invitation to return to yourself, to meet the day with compassion instead of judgment, and to rest without resistance. You are not meant to carry everything forward. Some things are meant to be set down here, in this moment, in this breath. Sleep is not just for the body, it is a healing of the soul. Trust that what needs to wait will wait, and what needs to leave will leave. Close your eyes not in escape, but in trust. Trust that you are safe to let go. Trust that rest is sacred, and trust that tomorrow you will rise with more clarity, more strength, and more grace than you had today.